When you think about phrasing, style, technical proficiency, just good technique, quality in their voice, who's at the top of Nancy Wilson's list?
Instrument, Sarah Vaughan.
Because?
She has a perfect instrument. I mean, it's big, it's wide, it's pure, it can do anything as far as clarity. And what I loved about Ella was her humor and the fact that she could do just about anything on a scale, you know. Carmen McRae for her earthiness. Oh, yeah. Dinah, just because she was just cute on stage. I mean, she was just adorable. Vocally, it would be Sarah and Ella. Phyllis Hyman. The instrument was magnificent. And I looked to Jesse Norman, you know, and I loved Bessie Smith. Oh, yeah. Ethel Waters was marvelous. And then the total package is Miss Horn, okay? Lena Horne is like the package. I came up in a time, you mentioned the time when I could look to Lena Horne for the package. I mean, this woman is so gorgeous. I wanted to wear great gowns. I didn't want to wear jeans, and not on stage. When I was working, I wanted to dress. So I came along at a time when it was really wonderful because I had the best of all the worlds. I was listening to R&B at the juke joint down the street, down the road. I was listening to Lil Esther, Laverne Baker, and Ruth Brown down in Washington on the jukebox.
Esther Phillips, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, and my dad was playing Billy Eckstine, Nat Cole, Louis Jordan. So, how could I lose? I was hearing really wonderful music, not surrounded by it because no one in my family was a musician necessarily. There was always a piano, which I played for a minute in one key and wrote a couple of songs that if they could only have 4 or 5 chords in it, and I never really studied. So I don't know what it's like to be musically trained. But when I listen and you ask about the instrument and those who are great musicians, it would be Sarah and Carmen McRae, who could play piano beautifully. Now, for warmth and someone who make my heart stop, that would be Shirley Horn, because I could sleep for 5 minutes sometimes. I mean, she's frightening. She's so wonderful. I adore her. So there have been magnificent voices during my time. I mean, Nat Cole was the epitome of class and sophistication. Yes, yes. So in the images that I had were wonderful images. They were good. There was no, you know, as I look at young people today, I'm concerned about a 10-year-old youngster who is seeing what she is seeing. I'm not that thrilled with the visual part of music because it's not anything to do with the lyric. They're sending out mixed messages about everything. So I still am one who believes in the live performance, and the recordings are great. I don't like what I see them putting visually with the recordings.
NPR profiles.
Jazz profiles, yes. All of that got started with a 2-hour special on Ella Fitzgerald's 75th birthday. They were doing a special that they wanted to air about Ella Fitzgerald. The producer of NPR Jazz is Tim Owens, and he asked me, how would I feel about doing the narration for the Ella Fitzgerald special? I said, you know, I'd love it. I mean, what is not to love? I ended up doing narrating for a television special too. But that led to, I know you're busy, but what would you think about? And I'd like to do something about the lives of the people who make the music as opposed to just the music. And I said it would be ideal because everybody assumes that because I've been in the business so long that I know all these people. I know you know. What did you think of? Well, I never heard them. I never got to see them. But I've learned to know so many people through doing 5 years of jazz profiles. And I'm very proud to say that we have won many awards, and it is just a dynamic show. I love it dearly. I'm so proud of it because I have learned many things, and I know that it brings the men and women behind the music, it brings people to them. It lets them know the struggles that they have gone through.
Brings them to the forefront.
Yeah.
Actually, or takes you inside their lives.
Inside their lives.
Speaking of that, let's stay with that. If you were to write your career retrospective, your own, other than what it's in the 64-page booklet, which I've read, it would say what?
She sang. I mean, I would not think about it for a minute. She had a great career, you know. There would be many people mentioned, like Gerald Wilson, Oliver Nelson, you know, Sid Feller, David Cavanaugh, who was my first producer, whom I miss immensely. It would mention men and women who have been a great part of the career, who have enabled me to just sing. And that's why I say she sang. Yeah. Because I've been surrounded with people who care about me and not the money, not any of that. If I'm not happy, then nothing works. And happiness for me is my family.
I was going to ask you that. Other than health and family, what means most to you now?
Well, at 65, health and family really is.
That's the zenith, right?
That's really the zenith for me. There's not much more to want for when you have great children, and I'm finally blessed with these beautiful grandbabies.
Well, let me put it this way. What does it mean for someone like you to have the kind of life and the kind of career that you've had? What does it mean to you?
I think it means more to other people. To me, I've lived it and I've done it, but I also see the sacrifices. I see the times I was away from my children, that I have one daughter who remembers only when I was there. I have another one who remembers when I wasn't there. So I can't just sum it up and say, oh, it's all been grand and glorious, because it hasn't. There are days when you just don't want to make the trip to the airport. You know, I just don't want to go.
After 50 years, I don't know why. We want to know what the next 50 years is going to be like.
The next 50 years won't be on airplanes, trust me, especially these days. I think I'm looking forward to more downtime, more time for me, more time for my husband. I mean, this man never gets to see me.
Well, just appreciates you more then.
That's true. That's very much so.
When you look at the body of work,
that I'm great.
In totality, the entire body, the reservoir of music. And I know they're all your babies now. I know that. But stay with me on this. What's been the most challenging to record?
That's easy.
And what's been the most satisfying?
Okay, Nightmare about chord change in Strayhorn's Sophisticated Lady. There is a chord change in there that was just horrible. I finished the evening with it and was not happy. Went home and had a nightmare about it and came back in and did it the first take the next day. But that was the most challenging to sing. Today's recording, the way they record today, is challenging, because I was more challenged. I thought it was better. I love to go in and record now, live. I don't like singing to track. I want the musicians with me.
Yeah, absolutely, right.
When you're singing to track, I mean, I don't know that you bring the energy to it.
Is it antiseptic? Is it disjointed?
Yes,
it seems empty.
It is. I mean, that's one of the hardest things I have ever had to do.
Right. I
have to really bring myself in there and talk about go someplace else. You have to, but yeah, I want to do it now. I'm not in the. I don't like taking forever to do something. The spontaneity is gone. No one is really prepared to come in and record. I mean, I'm ready to go in and I want to sing now. If the session is at 7, I want to be singing it 1 minute after 7. Because I came in with my energy level up. I came in prepared to do it.
As a professional.
Yeah. I miss a lot of the professionalism that I'm used to. It's very difficult. Everything is so lackadaisical.
Yeah.
And that I miss. I miss that. I must say that the Ramsey Lewis album, we were all there. We did it together, and we did entire tracks, you know, where you don't go in and sing a note or 2, 3 bars, and you have people who are there who know the music and who are aware of who you are and what you're about. Consequently, it made for an easy 2 days. You know, just simple, nice.
You know, I was sitting home with the box set over the last couple of days, The Essence of Nancy Wilson, 4 Decades of Music, and I jotted down a couple of words that I think epitomizes you. I took some from here, took some from my own mind, and after sitting here for a half hour with you, taste, style, elegance, class, sophistication, stunning, beauty, grace, dignity, and you know, your publicist, Lynn Coles, who I've had the pleasure of chatting with, pretty much said it all. The quintessential lady.
Oh, I love it.
And you truly
cute.
are.
Okay, great.
The new CD on Capitol Records, The Essence of Nancy Wilson, 4 Decades of Music. Also, the CD Meant to Be. It's on Narada with pianist Ramsey Lewis. Nancy, thank you for doing this.
Pleasure.
You are the
You're a good
quintessential
interviewer.
lady.
You really do a good job. Thank you.
You're most kind. I appreciate it. You make it easy, though, too, so I thank you very much.